Get off of it.
The JD and Chris Show with Big.
Let's go.
My guys, what is up? It's been way too long. We got school starting tomorrow for most of the youngsters, at least up here. Junior, how you doing, man? Bad hair day?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm just, I'm letting it rock, bro. I've had to braid it up for a couple weeks in a row now, so sometimes you gotta let it bang. Get my Maui look on. I could let it down and stun on y'all if you want, but you aren't ready for that.
You mean Maui like Moana?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Gitano, what's good, man? How are the watermelons?
Man, they're seedless, and the weather out here is humid right now. You get a little bit of rain and sunshine, but everything is good.
Are they seedless or are they already in the race conversation? There's white seeds. Do they not count when they're seedless?
Those ones you just swallow. The black ones you spit.
But what are they?
Bro.
Seed.
I mean, they're
seedless?
They're a premature seed. You know what I'm saying? So it don't count, bro.
They're not mature.
So only black ones count.
Also, obviously. Also,
just like in basketball.
Why did I see a post somebody said, like, some scientist was like, seedless fruit will be the end of us all, bro. Like what?
Was it Neil deGrasse or whatever his name is?
I don't know. But they were like, a seedless fruit's an abomination. It should never be. It's gonna end the world one day. All our fruit's gonna be seedless, and we can't grow no fruit. I don't know. It was
because
on
white
Twitter,
guys don't say abomination like that. Oh man. Well, we are in week 1 of college football. There's a big game coming up this week. You got number 1 and number 2. You got the best player in college football and also the Heisman Trophy favorite. That's obviously Jeremiah Smith and Arch Manning. Any hot takes coming out of the gate? Is it just going to be a slugfest, or is one team going to take this one and run with it, Gitano?
Well, there's a lot of eyes on this game.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about the college football season is that this first game doesn't knock you out of the playoff like it used to.
Yeah, not anymore.
With them expanding to 12 teams, you can lose 2 games, maybe even 3 games. And we know, and we know that Ohio State, they just retool. Texas, they retool. They don't reload, they retool. And we'll see. There's a lot of eyes on Arch if he can live up to the hype of the Manning name. A lot of people think, well, that's his uncle, that are Eli and Peyton. But his dad was a great, wide receiver at Ole Miss, couldn't play, but he's got the athleticism of his grandfather. And Jeremiah Smith is the number 1 overall draft pick for the next 2 years. He's still got to play college football for 2 years. Okay?
He's got to play till 27. He could have been the number 1 pick in 25. Let's just hope young man doesn't get hurt.
Downs, the safety, is going to be a top pick as well. So there's a lot of top 10 talent, or first round talent, I should say, that is going to be playing on this game Saturday afternoon.
Well, at Texas, they have all-American players at all 3 levels on defense, and the best quarterback, the Heisman favorite. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Junior, what's your take?
Yeah, well, I hear you talking about retooling, JD, and I think I mentioned that when we were talking about the Oregon Ducks a few pods ago, where like they're to the level because of their recruiting classes, where I expect them now to when a big name player leaves, they got a sophomore or junior ready to step in and compete at an all conference level. But what I'm not buying is that a lot of these quarterbacks that I'm seeing in the top 25 that are coming in and playing for their first year are expected to maybe carry their teams. And it's not easy to do. Say what you want about Howard from Ohio State last year, but he was an experienced player. He got the job done in crunch time, minus the Oregon game. And I don't think
the first Oregon game.
Yeah.
Or Michigan.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't think that this Sayin guy is going to come in and be able to lift this team up like they need to. I know they're still going to have that number one receiver. I mean, the best receiver in the country, if we're being honest, right? But you still got to get
this player.
You got to get the ball to him. And can we not discount the loss of Chip Kelly as our offensive coordinator? I think that's a really big deal. And I, especially for the first game of the season, I think Ohio State's going to need to make too many adjustments, and they're going to need to improve throughout the season. That Texas is going to take this, because I understand Arch is still younger, but he's got experience. And to your point, Chris, All-Americans all over the field. I got to give the nod to Texas. And Sarkisian is just a really good offensive coach. They have that continuity there. And I already picked Texas to run the table, so what the hell else am I going to say, right?
Well, and I don't even think this is the best game of the weekend, no. I don't even think this is the best game.
But Ohio, I want to hear that. But Ohio State also lost. They had a 1-2 punch at running back last year, and they lost one of them. So
yes, can't be overstated. Yep. Yeah. No, they lost both of them, man.
Henderson, they lost both of them.
Yeah,
Henderson went to the Chargers. I didn't know Henderson left too.
Yeah, so they're
because old boy with the two-color hair was all the talk.
Yeah, so they're retooling, but I think it's going to take them a little while to gel. I don't think they're going to be the best team, coming out week one. But JD,
they got some familiarity with Hartline stepping in, being the offensive coordinator, though.
Okay,
he's been there. You got Patricia coming in, giving a little bit of NFL look as far as defense. You got to adjust as far as the college, but he's won Super Bowls. He's learned from Bill Belichick. He's been an NFL head coach, so there's something to say about that.
Jury's still out if Patricia knows how to coach. He might have just forgot how to coach, man, because he has not done well at his last couple stops. So we'll see. And I don't know the offensive coordinator, but what I know is that he's not Chip Kelly, JD. So that's that's all I know. He's not Chip Kelly.
Where's Chip at? Where's Chip at now?
Chip ain't big balls Chip like he was at Autzen. I mean, that's where he made his name. Sure, he's gone around and been a coordinator a bunch of places, but he hasn't really seen the success. I think he's still riding his reputation that he made at Oregon.
I mean, I think you don't put a lot of stake into his UCLA days, because he pretty much self-admittedly hated recruiting. He hated the head coach grind that college football had become, and his teams just weren't talented enough to win. I mean, that's the honest truth, man. They weren't talented enough to win.
Well, where else has he been? He's been with the Eagles, with the Niners, Ohio State.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it worked at Ohio State, but
yeah, I mean, and see what he can do with some talent, right? And so, I think he's a really good offensive coach, and I don't think he failed in the NFL because he couldn't scheme offense. I think he failed in the NFL because he couldn't do literally anything else.
Well, he's an asshole. He wasn't personable. The way he treated players and the things that you hear, and when players come out and say that stuff directly about you as a coach, it's not good.
Yeah, he had to do some soul. He had to do some soul searching. He really did.
They and a lot of the players quit on him. Let's give it a butt.
They did. Yeah, and on record too.
What's the best game going to be this weekend?
I think it's the LSU Clemson game.
The
two battle
teams
of
expected
the
to be in
this,
and they're both supposed to be in the college football playoff.
Well, Brian Kelly hasn't won a season opener for LSU.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you trust LSU at this point, JD?
I just think that there's so much on the line on these, because we know what Ohio State and Texas are. We know that they can rebound. But last year, LSU lost to a sorry USC team. And Clemson has everybody back. They got the quarterback. And LSU went big game hunting in the portal and went out there and bought them a team, just like a lot of teams are doing now. I mean, that's the name of the game. You got to bring your money, big bank, take little bank. And I just think that it's the battle of the Death Valleys. Which one is better? The Ohio State-Texas game, that game's at 9:00 Pacific time. You can't be getting the eyes on that compared to a LSU Clemson that's at, what time is it? At 4:30.
4:30, yeah.
Come on, bro. I'm just now waking up at 9 o'clock. You tell me I got to get all hyped up for a Texas, Ohio. Man, give me that at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You know, like, let me
It does
get
feel
some
like it
day
should be a
in.
night game.
You know what I mean? That's way too early for that type of matchup. And then you also have, go ahead.
Oh, what time did you say the Clemson game is?
4:30, man, on ABC.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
I still like a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock game.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all were hating on these 8 o'clock start times, but the only way you can get to 8 o'clock start times if you start is if you like have these early games, though, right? Because you got to fill all the gaps, man. So like, if you want to maximize the college football experience, you got to have these 8 o'clock games and you got to have these noon games.
Well, I think we were hating on the 8 o'clock basketball games because it was a weeknight.
Well, I mean we were talking about football,
on a week,
but like.
We were talking about the 8 o'clock starts last week on the about Peacock, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's just a lot of good matchups in general. Sunday night, we get Convicts versus Catholics. You know what I'm saying? Notre Dame versus Miami, and then Monday, we get Mr. Bill Belichick.
That's what I was going to talk about.
And that right there is the cherry on top on Monday afternoon or Monday evening. We get Bill Belichick and see if he and his North Carolina Tar Heels
and his girlfriend.
The sky is the limit. The roof is the limit, as Michael Jordan said. You know,
the roof is the ceiling.
On their season against the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian University.
Well, I think no matter what, win, lose, or draw, his first game is going to be over scrutinized, and I love it. Like, people are going to overreact. If he wins big. If he loses big. If it's close, if it's not, everyone is going to have a hot take on Bill Belichick as their coach.
It's a battle of unranked teams, y'all. I don't know how hyped I can get for a game like that.
Get out of here.
I mean,
he coached the Lakers of the NFL.
Okay, but y'all are acting like you really care about these coaching matchups now. Like you're turning in to see, Davo Sweeney versus,
matchup.
You're not
a single coach who is the most polarizing coach in football
with a 24-year-old girlfriend, bro. That they just put out a trademark for gold digger.
I hear y'all, but none of this matters about like the game. Like y'all really hyped for this game. Like it's gonna be a good game.
It's Bill Belichick.
Come on, man.
He's coaching college football, bro.
I'm not gonna watch the entire game, but it's going to be on TV.
GM. Yeah, come on, man. It's college football.
No,
it's Division I football.
Hey, speaking of college football, we did have a game last week. I guess it was week 0 in freaking Dublin, Ireland. Why would you do that? And their ears must have been burning because another sports dad was doing the most. And that is Kansas State quarterback Avery Johnson, no relation. His dad and his brother got in a brawl outside the stadium after the game. I'm watching it right now, and it looks like dad got it handed to him. Looks like maybe that was the aftermath, but he's on the ground getting picked up by people. I think he was hammered. What do you got, June?
Yeah, well, shout out Avery Johnson, Light Skin Mafia, the lightest of Light Skin Mafia
with the white
out
hair
here
too, with that Patrick Griffin hair.
The lightest of the Light Skin Mafia, and it was a good game too, up until the last, 5 minutes or so. But I understand the whole Dublin, Ireland thing like that. That is weird, but they've done it last couple of years. I don't know. Notre Dame played over there too. Got smoked, I think. But yeah, this was a pretty wild headline to read. when I texted y'all the group chat, like, dang, we just talked about this. But like,
is his dad or his mom white? Or what's going on here?
His dad is of African American descent, and as we talked about last pod, this happens to be a coincidence. Okay.
At what point does a coincidence become a trend? Is it 5 times? 10 times?
I think we might be approaching trend, but we might be approaching trend, just not causality. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I think trend is fair. Causality is still needs more research. Okay, But what were you going to say?
How come
Chris?
his brother has clean braids though? And is way darker skin than him. Did you watch the video?
I mean, have you seen my sister Ashley? She looks white, man. Like, I mean, that's the way genetics works. All right,
that's true.
But like, I want to say, like, okay, hypothetically, what do you think they could have said to each other that caused like a brawl? Like, what did son say to dad, or what did dad say to son that just had him going off like this? Because like, I want to know,
fighting
man.
Each other?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the whole funny. That's the funny part.
That's
because the son put the paws on the dad, so no longer the dad can't look at the son like, what you got on my 40.
Yeah. Oh, now I'm seeing. Oh, yeah, okay. Now the dad was on top, but the son must have started it.
Huh. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what got said? Like, what could your pops say to you that got you throwing hands at him? Like, I can't think of a single thing my dad get out of pocket for.
Here's my take. I'm not reading lips because there was no words in this, but I'm guessing Kansas State lost, right?
They did.
So his brother was probably talking shit, like, oh, he's not that good. He should have done this, should have done that. And his dad probably said, at least he's out there. At least he made it. At least he is a D1 quarterback.
Oh, there could be some fighting words, Chris.
After some double brewskis, you know?
And so, because my take was going to be the opposite. My take was going to be, dad, don't know how, you know, if he's an overbearing dad or one of them sports dads, right? But dad was drunk, talking out of pocket. Brother was sticking up for other brother because of the camaraderie right there between the brothers, and was like, hey, you know, he's out there trying, stop talking bad about him. And the dad didn't stop. And so it went to fisticuffs, man. That's my theory, bro.
Man, dad had him down in a headlock. He had his braids like dripping in a big puddle, just drowning his braids. His chain was on the ground. He grown manned him. We'll have to follow this story.
Yeah.
Staying with college football though, and individual talent. Heisman predictions, the way too early Heisman predictions. Everyone's got a take. My take is going to be right once we run this back. But Jatana, what's your? You can give me who's the 4 people in the room with the invitations, or the winner. But let's who do you got? And if you say Arch Manning, we'll just skip because that's the default for everyone.
Well, with Devontae Smith winning the Heisman a few years ago from Alabama, being, the third or, fourth Heisman receiver. Actually, no, second. You had Tim Brown and why can't I think of the other receiver's name? So
Tim Tebow.
No, receivers that have won the Heisman. Desmond Howard. Howard.
He's not a receiver, though.
Desmond Howard was a receiver when he was at Michigan. What are you talking about?
Well, okay, but he was a specialist. But I hear you. He technically was a receiver. Okay, I'll give you that.
Damn. Now you cut my segment off, and nigga don't even know what he's talking about. He played receiver, bro. He
played receiver. My point was he didn't really play a receiver, though. He was a specialist, a gadget.
Hold on. You're going to tell me that they gave the Heisman Trophy award to a guy who just returned kicks? No. He played receiver.
I would classify him as I would classify him as an athlete.
Oh my God.
He won Michigan's second Heisman on the strength of a spectacular all-around game. The third wide receiver to win the Heisman, joining Johnny Rodgers and Tim Brown. So Jeremiah Smith would be the fourth.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he wasn't technically listed as a receiver, JD. I'm saying he wasn't a natural receiver. He was like a guy that they ran reverses for, and he was on special teams, and they ran, trick play. Yeah, like I'm just saying he wasn't lining up running streaks and burning people, running quick outs and stuff. Like that's not what he was doing.
He was selected 4th overall in the draft. That's crazy. And he played special teams his whole career.
Yeah, that's all he did. Yep. because he could not make it as an receiver in the NFL. He tried.
Yeah.
He tried, but he didn't have the skill set.
John, we threw you off. We bumped you off your rail. Are you realigned to go on your take?
I think it's Jeremiah Smith's award. You know, a lot of times we know that the favorite doesn't win the award in the preseason. There's very few times that we can think of being like, okay, yeah, he's gonna win the award. You know, Joe Burrow came out of nowhere.
I mean, Dylan Gabriel was the favorite last year.
Sure.
Should have won it.
Could have won it.
Bo Nick should have won it the year before that. Joey Harrington should have won it.
Yeah, I think it's his award, so it's going to be a great season.
Well, okay, so we got Arch Manning with looking at the Heisman odds. We got Arch Manning at plus 700 to win the Heisman this year. We got Jeremiah Smith at plus 1,300 to win the Heisman, and then we've got. Y'all know Carson Beck is still playing college football? Like, I genuinely did not
Miami.
know this man was still playing college football. He has got to be a seventh-year senior at this point. But they got him at plus 2,800 to win the Heisman. Chris, where do you think Dante Moore is sandwiched between those that I just mentioned, and what do you think he is? If I based on what I listed off so far, where do you think Dante Moore is?
In between those two?
Are you looking that up?
No. I was looking up something else. I think that he is a plus 200.
Well, that would be the first. We're in the thousands. But I mean, I think you were close.
I mean, 2,000. Plus 2,000.
Yeah, so plus 2,600, right above Carson Beck to win the Heisman. Which I say that to just say
what number is that?
Hey, where you got my 10th? Sleeper? So my sleeper is the quarterback from South Carolina, Lenore Sellers. I think he's a sleeper. And
okay, he's at plus 1,900.
Okay, so he's my dark horse to come out of nowhere. If South Carolina goes 10-2 and he puts up good numbers as a redshirt sophomore, I think he'll be in the mix to get an invite to the athletic.
Okay, I like you having a sleeper because I got a sleeper as well. Junior, are you just going to read the list of people, or you got to take?
I got to take. I got to respond to Gitano's take first. For the reasons I mentioned earlier, I think Ohio State's going to struggle a little with their quarterback play, and I think that's going to hurt Jeremiah Smith's chances at the Heisman. Though he's good enough to possibly transcend that, I think it's something that to watch. My pick is kind of a sleeper in itself, and I'm going with Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame. And I know Notre Dame. They didn't get blown out last year in the play. I mean, they got beat somewhat handily, but he was hurt, right? He was playing on a bum knee, right? I mean, he was like 60% or something like that, right? So I think he could be that difference maker for Notre Dame, where they're going to have to lean on that run game because, again, lost their quarterback as well. So they're bringing in someone new. I think he could really be that guy that jumps out in front of the pack, because as we talked about, these lists preseason don't really mean anything. And if Notre Dame still has that solid offensive core with their linemen and just can find a way to get a passing game going, I think he could be the dude. So that's my pick. Maybe it's just a sleeper.
I don't like the way he spells his name.
Okay, well, I mean, he is in the odds. He's plus 4,200. So it's not like I'm the only one thinking that he's got a chance.
I don't know what you're looking at, because I see him as a plus 2,000 on BetMGM.
Okay.
He opened at a plus 5,000. But what's weird, and he's right above Carson Beck. What's weird is that Avery Johnson's on there.
Yeah, but
at the very bottom.
He needs to show me something. I need to see more from him.
Well, my take is also Jeremiah Smith. I think obviously all of it comes down to Sunshine, the California boy, Justin Sayin. Just saying. Is it Justin or Jason? Either way, he's saying.
It's Julian.
Julian Sayin. A white guy named Julian. But
they're out there.
Yeah, they do exist. Carlsbad, California. Shout out to San Diego suburbs. But I think he's going to have a regression. It's going to take a while, like you said, first year quarterback to get warmed up. But I think he's going to have a strong surge at the end of the year. I have Jeremiah Smith winning it. Like we talked about, he would have been the number one pick this year. Next year, we'll see if he keeps his strong trend going through the year he's eligible in 27. My sleeper is our boy, Sam Leavitt.
Oh,
not listed anywhere. I saw somewhere though. Oh no, he is listed. A plus 2,000. So he's right there in the middle of the ranks.
Yep.
Building on a surprise year last year where they came out of nowhere to make the college football playoff, and I think it's fun. He's a fun guy to root for. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got an invite.
I mean, can he learn how to throw the ball consistently? I mean, that's always going to be his thing, right? He can make.
We're talking about Heisman. We're not talking about being the number one pick. So Tim Tebow won 2 Heismans, won a Heisman, 2.
Yeah.
Was invited, seems like 6 times to the Heisman ceremony.
Yeah.
And couldn't throw the football.
Yeah, and I would describe Leavitt as just he kind of got that dog in him a little bit, right? He's gritty, man. He don't give up, man. I think that that coach that they have there at Arizona State kind of embodies that as well. Look at some of those comebacks they had last year. Even when they lost in the playoff, man, they could have come back and won that game. They had a chance at the end with the with the drive. So losing Scatterboo, I think hurts that offense tremendously because they leaned on him so much. But it's a perfect situation, Chris, to your point. Like, if Leavitt doesn't step up, they won't be winning. They won't be making it to the playoffs, right? So he kind of has to step into that role. And if he does that, I believe he's in the running for the Heisman with you, man. I agree.
Was that who we were looking up that did he play with? Did him and Peyton Pritchard cross over at all? Freshman, senior, or anything at Westland?
I don't know.
No.
He played with Jackson Shellstead.
Shellstead, that's who we looked up. Yeah, Shellstead.
They choked their senior year championship basketball game.
But in football, Shellstead played receiver.
Yeah, and they won state that year, but they choked that game against Tualatin. And they murdered, and I went and watched Tualatin and Westland play a couple times, and Westland just ran them out the gym, and then came state championship game. Tualatin, because they had won the state championship the previous year, they just knew how to finish them off. And coach, he only played 6 guys, and when
in high school you can do that though. Yeah, you can do that in high school.
You can, but guess what? Last game of the year, they're tired.
Yeah,
you can see it, like legit see it. So.
What's funny? I was looking to see if Peyton Pritchard play with him. I don't know. I was thinking of Jackson Shellstead, but Peyton Pritchard's wedding was like one of the top Google searches.
Okay.
Blake Griffin officiated his wedding.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his partner.
And
because they played for that year or whatever on the Celtics.
Yeah.
And Peyton Pritchard has in his wedding photos the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's gangster. All right, sticking with college football, one more prediction segment. The playoffs, not all 12, but the top 4. Gitano, who are your top 4 and why?
I'm gonna go with Clemson because they're gonna be a top 4 seed, so I think they'll have an easier route because they're not gonna do what they did to our Ducks. I think Georgia.
We weren't talking about that, bro. Too soon.
It's Kirby Smart, like they're just really good. Them dogs, And I'm gonna go with 2 teams from the Big Ten. I'm gonna go with the Ducks and Penn State.
Ooh. Okay.
How it crumbles out and how it works out. we almost had a Big Ten championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame, and Penn State. If Penn State beats Notre Dame, you got Ohio State and Penn State in the national championship game. So to think that we can't have two teams from the same conference, we've had Alabama versus LSU, Georgia, Alabama, in the national championship game. So it can happen.
I'm gonna
and that's for the semifinals.
I'm gonna jump out of rotation because we have an overlap here, and I'm gonna keep the Oregon Ducks hot. I picked them as a homer with an outside shot, along with Clemson, Ohio State, and Texas for my 4. Are we going finals and champ predictions, or do we want to go our 4 and then from there, or just the 4?
I don't care.
I don't know if you picked them. So I have Texas and Clemson in the Natty, the Orange Bowl, and Texas winning it. With the strength of the defense and Arch Manning living up to the hype. Not only does he have the genetics, though, man, it's the trainers, the people around him, the support system that he has is just born to be a successful quarterback and nothing else. So I don't buy him winning the Heisman, but I have him winning the Natty. June dog.
Okay, well, we already know I'm on record. Texas going undefeated, run the table, and winning the championship. Okay, so I can't run from that right now. I think Arch Manning is the truth. I think he's the truth. I think he's gonna drag that team on his back. Along with the defense, and they're gonna do it. I think this is Penn State's year to silence the haters, though, and get to that national championship game
without Tyler Warren.
But they still have Drew Aller, which I do not trust. But I know
don't trust him either, dog.
I know, but he's a fifth-year quarterback, and something's got to give there with Penn State, right? Either they get the monkey off their back, or maybe it is time to shake something up there. I know they switched up their offensive coordinator last year. It did make a difference, but I think James Franklin is a good coach. I think he's got what it takes to get his team to the championship. And so I'm going to roll with that. Now, that is me choosing the number 1 and 2 preseason teams to play in the championship, which obviously is highly unlikely to happen. But y'all, I don't want to just choose. Yeah. What's up?
No, I thought you said Penn State's 2.
No.
I thought Ohio State was 2.
In the coaches poll, they are.
Oh.
Oregon, I got to see Dante Moore. I need more from him. Yeah. I need more from Moore. We'll just see how that goes. And is their defense, is it going to be stout enough to hold up? It wasn't last year, and they lost some guys. So I think they've got some question marks we're really on a lot of spots in those defense, but defensive line, I need to see them step up. Cornerback, they've got a good rotation, but I think they got a lot of guys who could play, but I don't know that they've got a standout DB in that cornerback room. So I can't go with Oregon as much as I want to, y'all, because obviously I got to see the nephew, succeed at Oregon. Fair, I am a de facto Oregon fan now. But Chris, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I think Arizona State could do it because they're playing in the Big 12. I don't think they're going to have a lot of competition coming out of Big 12.
Big 12 is whack.
No one trusts Colorado. They can have a pretty good run to the college football playoffs. And
Iowa State is decent.
They're decent. That's going to be their biggest game, right? That's going to be their biggest game. But to say that
Baylor.
To say that Iowa State's a juggernaut is, it's not true. Baylor's not even in the top 25, JD. So, I'm not saying it's a cakewalk, but let's be honest. The Big 12 is not a very tough league compared to Big 10, SEC. It's not. But
you don't trust BYU? They're not a threat.
They start off hot and they fall off every year for some reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I like Arizona State there. And I think this is probably the bounce back year for Alabama, man. So I got Alabama, I got Arizona State, Penn State, Texas. I think DeBoer heard a lot of that criticism last year. The way that he recruits, he's still one of the best coaches in the country. And I think he's got a lot to prove and got a chip on his shoulder to prove that, hey, I can be the guy to succeed Nick Saban, which I would have not taken that job if I was him, because that seems like just a losing proposition. But I think this is the year Alabama bounces back and gets in.
I mean, I'm still stuck on this Penn State take. I mean, I guess preseason number 2, but you lost your best offensive and defensive player. Not only your best, but like the 2 guys that you kept your eyes on the entire game. On offense, because you never knew what Tyler Warren was going to do, and on defense because you were always wanted to know where 11 was. You know, you don't want to run in it. You don't want to run his direction. You don't want to cross the field in his direction. I don't know, man. I don't believe in Penn State,
But Penn State still had a solid defense with, I mean, Abdul Carter got hurt, man. She was playing with one damn arm, and they still had a ferocious defense. So, you know, I'm not saying he wasn't great, and we'll see how good Abdul Carter is in the NFL. Like, maybe he's not actually that impactful. I don't know. But
that's at a different level. I'm just saying, even if
sure,
he's hurt and playing with one arm, he impacts the way you scheme, which allows other players on your defense to look better.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand taking Penn State's a bit of a risk here, but I'm betting on the veteran quarterback play, and I'm betting on the stout defense regardless of Abdul Carter, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the varsity. Let's talk about the big boys, the professionals in the American football sport, football americano. Predictions coming out hot. Most valuable player, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, and rookie of the year. Rattle them off, and why, Gitano?
Jackson, man, Mr. Jackson is
Jackson? Michael?
Lamar.
Janet?
He's the 6th Jackson brother.
Reggie?
Man, he's just must-see TV. And I don't
like him skinny.
Did he slim down? Did he slim down?
Last year he dropped like 15, 20 pounds intentionally.
But he didn't get hurt though either.
Yeah. Keep going, JD. My bad.
I think this is the year. If I mean, those 3 teams, Buffalo and the Ravens, they're right there behind Kansas City. You know, they just paid their safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Got paid. Got paid.
Like, let's not forget that Derrick Henry almost ran for 2,000 yards last year.
When is that going to give, though? He was supposed to be done after Tennessee. They gave him a send-off.
I don't know. He's like LeBron, bro. It's just like
he really is.
He's like LeBron, man.
And it's good football. Like when Ozzie Newsome on his last draft as a GM said, "All right, we're going to take Lamar and we're going to change the whole culture of what Baltimore is known for." They've been known for a, regular quarterback and
run the ball, play defense. Yep.
This is totally different. We're going to still run the ball, but it's going to be with our quarterback. They got Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. I believe that this is the year that Lamar comes out.
Mark Andrews going to run really? Too soon, bro.
I know.
Doing his last play.
Yeah.
Hey, man. He went and hit the jug machine. Okay.
Yeah, he's still an All-Pro. I know. He's still an All-Pro. Yeah.
Zay Flowers little, but I just believe that I like Isaiah Likely.
He's hurt.
Yeah,
my MVP.
He's back in the first quarter of the season though. So
my MVP is Lamar. He's going to come back. He was first team All-Pro last year. My defense or my offensive player of the year, I'm gonna go McCaffrey.
Bounce back, comeback player of the year, bro.
I didn't say comeback. I said offense. I think offense. San Francisco plays the easiest schedule. And
I don't like that you're going ahead of me on this.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Defensive player of the year, I think it's TJ Watt. I mean, how do you not? I think he's like, all right, I just got paid. I'm going to show you guys that I'm still him. Michael Parsons and Myles Garrett. I want to say Max Crosby, but he hasn't got to the 19-20 sack season yet. If Max could do that, then, we know Max is a 99.8% snaps guy, leads the league in tackles for loss, but he needs to get to the 20 sacks to give himself a real shot at the defensive player of the year. And the rookie of the year, I believe, has got to be Genty.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Genty. It could be maybe the other running back, Henderson. Maybe one of these quarterbacks. I don't think so. Maybe one of these receivers. I think they're all on sorry teams. If you ask me, Ibuka and all these guys, they're not really playing with good quarterbacks to put up that type of numbers. So if Genty gets 1,100 yards, 400 yards receiving and 8 to 10 touchdowns, I think it's his award.
Go ahead, Junior.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, JD, you know how, I mean, we both on team Lamar, right? I mean, so like, I can't not go with Lamar. He should have got it last year. And I know I've been saying it, familiarity breeds contempt. I get it. People are tired of seeing Lamar.
He has a year off, okay? So
I know
he can win it.
Yeah, so he can win it again. And he's just the most electric player in the NFL, and it's not even close. And I think this is the year that, I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but like, and I've been on record though, man, I think this is the year the Ravens get over the hump. And JD, I don't agree with you. I think that it has flipped. I think the Bills and the Ravens, now the Chiefs are looking up to them. Right. And so that's my take. But offensive player of the year,
I'll believe that come January. And that's really all it, like I'm going to keep betting with Tom Brady until he loses. And I'm going to keep betting with Patrick Mahomes, light-skinned mafia #1, until he loses in January. Because the only time he loses is in February. He only loses in February. He don't lose in January, though, cuzzo. Think about it. He loses the Super Bowl. That's in February. He ain't losing in January.
I mean, except for this year.
They lost in February.
Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb for Offensive Player of the Year.
Ashton Genty.
Brock Bowers. Okay.
Oh.
I hope so. That means he's got about 1,800 yards. 20 touchdowns.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. Right. But okay. Hear me out though, man.
I'm gonna hear you out front of me.
He had 100 catches and 1,000 yards playing with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and a scrub offensive coordinator in his first year. He's got Chip Kelly now. He's got Ashton Genty. He's got Geno Smith. Say whatever the hell Chris wants to say about him. But that formula, that could be a 1,500-yard season for Brock Bowers, man.
My only question, though, Junior, is Chip's offense ever been good for tight ends?
It doesn't matter because Brock.
Think about that part. Think about that part.
Brock transcends that. Okay, and yeah, Oregon had a bunch of good tight ends when Chip was there and running that, man. So like,
yeah, Dixon.
Yeah, bro. Like, yes, he has.
Colt era.
I'm saying, like, so I think you just proved your point, bro. But what I'm saying, it doesn't matter because Brock is that dude, and his run after catch ability is just something that we don't see from that position. Even Travis Kelce, right? I mean, he's got good run after catch, but Brock is the next level, man. Brock will run away from these safeties, bro. And so I think he's got a chance to do that. And hey, look, I mean, we got a podcast, we talking. I'm making it, I'm going on a limb here, right? I know it's uphill climb to watch, see a tight end do that. But if you're playing a lot of slot receiver along with tight end, which is expected that Brock's going to do, he's got a chance. He's got a chance. Yeah.
Okay, then who do you got as your defensive player of the year? Oh, I do want to say though. So last podcast, right after we got off, I was like, I'm gonna go play Madden with KJ, with my son.
Yeah.
And we always do random. It was my first time playing it. He got the Seahawks, I got the Raiders. And you better believe I targeted Brock Bowers 25 times in that game, and
Bro,
he got
yes.
so mad. I beat him with the Raiders.
And he cooked, bro. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, is this where, like, I mean, KJ, sure, he gets a couple dubs, but when it comes to these video games, you ain't letting off, your foot is on his neck.
I try my hardest. No, but he's like, I mean, he's 15. Like that's what kids do. They stay on the sticks. I got him in 2K. I finally figured like he can't beat me. He'll beat me once in a while. But Madden, we've only been playing a week, but I think he's beat me. He's dubbed me twice. That was the only time I won, I think. No, I won one other game when I was the
Y'all
Eagles.
Y'all playing PS5 or Xbox?
Xbox, bro. Microsoft family.
Trash. Yeah, bro. Okay. All right.
Who's your defensive player of the year? My fault.
Defensive player of the year, Dexter Lawrence, New York Giants. I know we don't see
it's the best D lineman.
Defensive we don't see defensive tackles all the time, but Aaron Donald, right? And I know he was a transcendent defensive player, but kind of what we talked about come on, bro. What, he's the best defensive tackle to ever play the game. But if Carter and Thibodeau are really a problem on the edge, that could, if Lawrence gets some one-on-one matchups, he can get up into the 6 to 8 sack range, which for a DT, if he has tackles for loss as well, he can get into that conversation. So I'm gonna go with Dexter Lawrence, man. I think he's a dude out there, man. It's like I can't imagine trying to block that guy. He's a monster. What's the last one, Chris? Rookie of the year. All right, Genty, just give it to him. Next.
Okay. Bet. Also,
hold up. Does Cam Ward have a chance at it though at Tennessee if they go, 7-9?
No, but you know who does though is running back from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Caleb Johnson from Iowa. He got a chance to win it, man, because the Steelers just run the damn ball so much.
Where did the running back go? What's his name with the dreads? Where did he end up? The Steelers running back from last year.
The one that blew his eye out on the 4th of July.
Blew his eye out?
Yeah, bro. He went to Chargers, but he only got one eye now.
What? He was so nice.
Was he?
Yes. I watched a lot of
Harris
game. Yes, I love Najee Harris.
Nah, damn, bro, he's mid as they come. He's mid as they come.
Oh, that's what he did.
He's a Cyclops.
They haven't. I don't think they've actually shown it yet. But I mean, I don't know. He might still have some eye, but he messed his eye up, man.
Damn.
Yeah. Cold.
Jatano, you were talking about receivers that could win it. I think T-Mac, the dude from Arizona, could if they can get him the ball in Carolina. I thought that last year
he was hurt.
No, he's active. Is he hurt?
Or I'm thinking the receiver from Tampa Bay.
Oh. But last year, Malik Neighbors, he was a rookie last year, right? For the Giants.
Yeah.
He was nice. And they just couldn't get him the ball. He didn't have a quarterback, but when he did get the ball, he was electric. So it really does depend on who's throwing you the ball.
I hear that.
So I'll go reverse order. Rookie of the year, Genty. I mean, he's got the skills, he's got the opportunity. Dylan Gabriel, a close second, obviously, once he gets the starting job there. Terrence Ferguson, once he gets the starting job in LA, will be a third. And then you're going to see a theme here for my MVP, my offensive player of the year, and my defensive player of the year. And that theme is going to be the Detroit Lions. My MVP, Jared Goff. My offensive player of the year, Jahmyr Gibbs. And my defensive player of the year, don't call it a comeback, Aiden Hutchinson. I think everyone's talking about them losing their coordinator in a new system and all these things, but they're going to use similar schemes. They're going to incorporate and maybe evolve on some of the things from last year, but they're not going to just ditch everything that worked last year. Just because they lose their coordinator doesn't mean that they're going to lose their play style that worked so well last year. I still have high hopes for Detroit. If Goff can be even 90% of what he was last year, and they have a record that is similar to last year, Jahmyr Gibbs came out when Montgomery went down last year. Jahmyr Gibbs really showed himself, and then Hutchinson is going to be back, and all the guys that you guys mentioned, from Micah Parsons to the big dude from Cleveland. All these guys, they're in the preseason predictions, but so is Aiden Hutchinson. So I think that he has a shot to really make a comeback.
No, and Aiden and like Max Crosby got some sort of they're like, you know, they're very, and not just because they're white guys, right?
They've been radicalized.
Their play style, and just how they approach
high
it.
Motor.
They just got, but
sneaky,
but high motor combined with technique, right? And that's where Aiden really stepped up. He was kind of just that motor, relying on athleticism guy, but he actually started getting some really good hand technique last year before he got hurt and was on the rise. Like he was improving. And so if he can come back, Chris, I think he's got a chance. He's got a chance.
You got to get in the 20 sacks though.
No, you don't.
You don't have to.
I don't know why you keep saying that. Like, you don't. You could win Defensive Player of the Year with 10 sacks.
Oh, no, not now. I'm going to look it up, Junior, and give you the stat numbers of just the last 7-8 guys who won the Defensive Player of the Year and their sack totals, because let me tell you, I know what I'm talking about because I've seen it.
But the only guys that have recently done it are TJ Watt and Aaron Donald.
Yeah, and Aaron Donald did not have 15 sacks.
He had 20 plus. Come on.
Yeah, he had 20.
Come on,
really?
bro. Yeah. God, you're talking to the stat guy.
He was the greatest ever then. Yeah, he was the greatest ever. Yeah. Nah, man, he was the greatest. I already said he was the greatest 19, ever. So, like, 18, you know.
I'm just saying, you got to get to that 18, 19 number. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was 20.
No, I just don't believe it's true, man. I think you can get in that 14 sack range, combined with other stats to get yourself into that conversation.
Okay, so the last defensive players of the year, Patrick Surtain, obviously didn't get many sacks. Myles Garrett in 2023 did not get 20. Nick Bosa did not get 20. TJ Watt in 2021 did.
How many did they have? 18, 19?
It doesn't show their full stats, but I know who's in the 20. I'll give it to you. I know who's in the 20 sack club. Damn, Aaron Donald won it 3 times. Maybe he is the greatest ever.
Greatest. Yeah.
TJ Watt won it 3 times too. The Watt family has 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna go Super Bowl predictions, and we're gonna go in reverse order because I don't want you guys to take my take, which I think Chitano might.
That's fair.
So out of the AFC, I got the Ravens and the Bills in the AFC Championship. I think that's an easy prediction because the Chiefs are going to get knocked off at some point. And I think this is the year. I mean, last year it felt like they were hanging on by a thread, like barely beating the Chargers at the buzzer, as time expired. And then they just got their ass handed to them in the Super Bowl. Out of the NFC, I have my Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers, which is the one I think Gitano might have got onto. No, okay, you got that look. Good, you weren't going to take that one. 3 years ago, they were 13-4. Last year, they were 12-5, or the year before last, 12-5, made it to the Super Bowl and lost. And then last year, they had a fluke year with all of their core still there Deebo Samuel's gone, but it's still the same core there. And as Gitano alluded to, Christian McCaffrey's going to have a really big bounce back year. I think he would have come back earlier last year if they had a better chance of making a run. So he's just been milking it, just waiting in the wings, just hungry. I have, but I have the Lions beating them in the NFC Championship. I have the Bills beating the sixth Jackson brother, Lamar, and the Ravens. And I have a Lions Bills showdown between two franchises that really both need a Super Bowl. And I have the Bills winning it. Josh Allen taking home the Lombardi Trophy at the end of the year. And I have a hot take for you, too. The Eagles will miss the playoffs.
The Eagles will miss the playoffs.
The Eagles will miss the playoffs.
What are Hurts and Barkley both going to get hurt, man? I mean, come on.
Ooh la 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 la.
Yeah. August 27, 2020. Hey, you heard it here first. They are going to.
You got to give a why. Why are they going to miss the playoffs?
Why did the Niners miss the playoffs last year after being in the Super Bowl the year before?
Injuries.
I just think there's going to be injuries. There's going to be a mindset shift that they already made it to the mountaintop, and the hunger isn't going to be. It's rare to see the team like the Chiefs be able to make it back there 3 times in a row, and I think that's unique, and we don't see that a lot for a reason. So I don't think that the Eagles got it. I think there's more competition. There's more competition in their division this year. I think that there's more competition across the NFC, and they're going to have a target on their back all year. Obviously, everyone's going to want to knock them off. I see them. Maybe they make a wild card, but my hottest of hot takes, they missed the playoffs. Junior, reverse order. What's your Super Bowl prediction?
So, already on record saying that I think this is the year that the Baltimore gets it. They've been so close. You can't even really point to a weakness on their team that they truly have. And I think as much as it's possible for Lamar to have a chip on his shoulder, given all his accomplishments already, not getting that MVP last year and then losing the way he did, where, okay, he didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a, like a classic moment game where he just like took over and willed them to a victory either. Now, if Andrews holds on to that pass, maybe we're saying a little bit different, but at the end of the day, it didn't work out. So I think Lamar is as motivated as he's ever been. I think Flowers got another year of maturity. Andrews is still, an all pro level tight end. I don't know if he'll actually get all pro this year, but and then Derrick Henry just does not. He's just a freak of nature. He just does not. The rules don't apply to him, and he just keeps on running, man. And that combined with the solid defense, you already talked about Kyle Hamilton getting the bag. They have everything. They have everything. And I think the Bills just have more weaknesses than the Ravens do. They still don't have Josh Allen with a premier receiving corps. I mean, they don't have anyone as good as Andrews and Flowers and Likely. They don't. They still rely on Josh Allen to play that hero ball too much. But I think it's going to be a good matchup in the AFC Championship game between them. And I think the Ravens finally come through. So in the NFC,
think that Jordan Poyer coming back to the Bills is going to lift them to the next level?
I mean, I'm excited to see what he's got left in the tank, but I'm not willing to bet nothing on it.
That's the second guy in the secondary they brought back that left for a couple of years.
Davius White.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys watched Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
No, I haven't gotten in.
Dude looks so old. White. Have you seen him like off the field? Me and KJ were watching it. We're like, dude looks like he's 45-year-old, like taking his kids to the game, and he's out there running hills after practice, sprinting hills. But anyway, go ahead.
And in the NFC Championship game, I have America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, facing
That's
off
hotter
against,
than my take.
Facing off against the Detroit Lions. Okay. And I think we've gotten this narrative nationally that the Cowboys are kind of a joke and that they aren't a serious team. But they've been solid. To all the criticism Jerry Jones takes, he actually the organization drafts pretty well still. They're building back up that offensive line, and every time Dallas has been a really good team, we know it's that offensive line that's been their core. I'm not saying they're there yet, but they're getting there. And Dak is he's a good quarterback. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's he's not first team All Pro, but he's a good quarterback.
Serviceable.
Now you got man, who's better, him or Gino?
Well, him.
Dak's better than Gino?
Yeah, there's 31 other quarterbacks better than him, maybe 35. There's some backups out there.
Anyway, you got Pickens on the outside, you got Lamb on the outside now. Their defense it's been up and down, but it's generally middle of the road to good style defense. And to your point, Chris, I think some teams in the NFC take a step back. I think the Eagles, they're making the playoffs, but I think they take a step back. I think the Commanders take a step back.
Who finishes with a better record, or who finishes high? Give me the NFC East rankings at the end of the year. Those are all four teams we talked about.
It's tough to say that the Cowboys come out of the NFC East on top. I think they're going to
Super Bowl or in the national.
I think it's going to be a battle-tested division, I'll say, right? And I think the Cowboys probably, I think they could be second in the division. I don't know if they're going to win it. I don't trust the Commanders to win it. Who are the other teams in the division right now?
Giants.
Yeah. So Giants are obviously bottom, right? Even though they're going to be improved. And then who's the last one?
So you would say Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
Yeah, I would say that, but I think there's only a game that separates the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Is Javonte Williams a good running back? Is he a guy that's going to carry? You need to balance your passing game with your running game, and ever since OPOY left, Zeke, they haven't
Tony
really
Pollard
had a horse.
Yeah, Tony Pollard was really the guy. We'll see. That's going to be one of their question marks: is can they get that ground game? Because asking Zach to throw the ball or Dak to throw the ball 40 times a game is not a recipe for success, and I'm willing to admit that.
Well, I do like Turpin, their kick returner, who's a receiver 3 or receiver 4. He's the 2025 version of the human joystick of Dante Hall. That spin move he put on the Commanders last year. He's fun to watch. Okay, so then who do you have advancing, or who do you have in the AFC? Or you said the Bills and the Ravens?
Yep, and then the Ravens going, and then I have the Lions and the Ravens in the Super Bowl with the Ravens.
Okay. Giordano. We've all been waiting patiently. This was the bronze and the silver talking. Now we want to hear the gold take.
Well, it's tough because Junior just said it, and this is for all the Detroit
copy
players,
and paste.
It's time for Detroit to stand up. It's really that year. They have been building off of biting kneecaps, like Coach Campbell said when he took the press conference 5 years ago. And will they be 15-2 this year? I don't think so. But
14-3,
13. It's a tough division though. Green Bay is really good. Minnesota is good, and I think Chicago's a sleeper.
Chicago is a sleeper.
The NFC, I think, is a better depth conference. They don't maybe have Buffalo, Kansas City, and the Bills, but
they're not as top heavy.
I don't think Minnesota. I think Minnesota takes a step back. I think they regress.
Okay, sure, but Tampa Bay is solid. The Rams are pretty good.
Seahawks.
You're right about Dallas, though. They can be solid. I don't know if they're going to get.
They always could be solid.
I know. And football is one of those sports that is any given Sunday, but it could be Dallas's year that they do it.
So who's your 4?
There have been one-hit wonders in football before. The Jacksonville Jaguars have played in 2 AFC Championship games.
Yes.
Okay? The Carolina Panthers have been to 2 Super Bowls.
Super Bowls, yeah.
All right? And this is since the Cowboys have played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So to say that Dallas can't figure it out when we know they have the top end talent, if Michael Parsons doesn't get signed, I really believe that derails the whole season. But it is Jared Goff's season. Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, Gibbs, Montgomery, Laporta. They have such good talent. They have drafted well. And I think they play the Eagles, but I think they play the Eagles at home. And they run them out the gym. In the AFC,
okay,
I believe that Kansas City is going to be there, but they're going to be on the road out there at the Q in Baltimore playing Lamar and them. And this time, Lamar's not going to lose at home like he did a few years ago against the Chargers when they had the home playoff game when they were the number 1 seed. No, or Tennessee. They lost to Ryan Tannehill when they were the number 1 seed with Derrick Henry. And Tennessee went in there and hit him on the mouth with Derrick Henry. Well, guess what? We got the big dog.
He said we.
And yeah, we.
You can't say we when your team is in the AFC.
Listen. All right. We as in Lamar Jackson fans, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
my pick, I'm gonna go with the Detroit players standing up.
Oh.
Hoisting the trophy.
I thought you were picking Baltimore.
Put some respect on Jared Goff's name, y'all.
So we got 2 with Detroit and only one with the Ravens. I like that.
So I think it's Detroit's year. You know, like when Denver in 96 lost to Mark Brunell, they were the number 1 seed, and Jacksonville goes into Mile High and beats them. The following year, the Broncos went on a tear and they beat Green Bay in the Super Bowl. And I kind of think of that when you lose these type of games in the first round or the second round at home against Jaden Daniels and them, I think that kind of tells you like, all right, we got to take this serious.
Was that also though because Terrell Davis started taking PEDs or did that not have anything to do with it?
I mean, that would explain his massive drop off, but I don't know, Chris.
Bro, he exploded for 2 years and then fell off.
Yeah.
Really, it was those 3 years.
Yeah, his knees did fall apart on him, though. So, I mean, there was that, too.
Them Frank Gore knees. All right, so we're all really high on Detroit right now. I picked a clean sweep MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, that's a long shot. But in our everyone's favorite,
you should put that as a parlay.
Everyone's favorite new segment.
JD and Stumptown.
JD and Stumptown.
Stump the JD. Stump the JD. Stump the JD.
Okay. Gitano, riddle me this. So yours truly predicted a clean sweep by Detroit to win all the 3 categories. In what year has this previously happened?
MVP, offensive, and defensive player of the year from the same team.
I would like you not to speak, Junior.
No, is that the question?
It is.
I've never heard of this anomaly. So give me a second to.
No,
I can troubleshoot.
No, you can't
No,
troubleshoot.
You can't look. Yeah, don't be
I can troubleshoot. I can troubleshoot in my head. In my head,
turn your iPad over.
Okay. Talk through it. Talk out loud. Talk through it.
I'm saying troubleshoot in my head. So
eyes up.
Trying to think.
Eyes up.
You said defensive
Where your eyes
player
at?
of the
Your
year
eyes.
too?
Put your eyes up.
Bro, look, the iPad is right here.
Which way are you looking down?
My hands are right here.
Okay.
I'm looking at you. I'm trying to troubleshoot because I'm trying to think.
All right, you got to process out loud though, because we can't have this dead air. You got to process out loud, bro.
Okay, so
we got to see it the way you think.
The defensive player of the year is really the toughest one. So you're saying that all 3 has been done before?
I'm asking you, in what year was it done?
It's been done that offense and defense. Because the offense and MVP has happened with the Rams with Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. That has happened before. But now you need the defensive player of the year. Ooh.
I'm going to tell you that did not happen. Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk in the same year.
They didn't do that? They didn't do that? Or, you know what it is? Marshall was the MVP then. Let's see. God, that's a good question, Chris.
Did we?
Wow. Did we stump him?
Bro, we might have got you on it, though.
Oh.
I'll give you, okay. I'll give you a chance.
Once
to
you give me one
yourself.
hint, I'll know it. I'll know it right away when you give me a hint.
Okay, but once you give him a hint, he lost.
Yeah,
I know.
You got me. All right, one for Chris this day.
Okay, well, here's the thing. It was a trick question. It's never been done.
Thank you.
Okay, but here's the follow-up. Here's the follow-up that I do not think.
After that.
I do not think you will get.
See what I'm saying, Junior? These are trick questions.
Okay,
exactly.
Twice.
So,
okay, here we go. Twice before this has happened. Offensive and defensive player of the year on the same team.
Okay.
Give me the teams or the players or the year. And if you really want props, give me all three.
You said said MVP or just
OPOY, offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year on the same team in the same year.
Within the last 20 years.
I don't know right now, Chris. I haven't done my it's not.
You're gonna kick yourself right now. You're gonna kick yourself. One was in the last 10 years, and the other was in the last 25 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably. Was it Green Bay?
No.
Oh, Reggie White, and then he didn't.
Reggie White was in the 90s, dog. These were both in the 2000s.
Oh, okay. So let's see. Oh, was that Bob Sanders and Peyton Manning?
No.
Oh, okay. So not then.
Forgot about Bob Sanders. He was savage.
Bro. Mighty Mike, bro.
Well, it couldn't be the Steelers because Ray Lewis. Was it Ray Lewis and Jamal Lewis?
Yes, sir. That was one.
Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay. And then sooner than that,
the law firm of Lewis and Lewis, bro.
Lewis and Lewis in 03, greatest year to graduate high school ever.
Yeah. So okay, so that's one, and then another one. God, this is offensive player of the year and defense. Was it Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald?
No. Cooper Kupp didn't win offensive player of the year.
He should have.
Yeah, he did.
He'll win it this year.
Too. He did too. Cooper Kupp did too win offensive player of the year when they won the Super Bowl. He had the Triple Crown. Aaron Donald didn't win. Thank you.
Triple Crown. That's right.
All right, we can't have the dead air.
All right. Who was the other one?
You had the right team, but the wrong player. Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald. Your 2017 Rams.
Gurley, bro.
Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley was cooking, bro. Talk about another person whose knees just fell apart. Damn.
Fell apart. Well, I want to thank you for playing JD, but I think we stumped the JD.
Well, I'll give you a partial credit, Chris, because the bullshit you came up with, well, it never happened before.
Okay. Forget the trick question, but the follow-up question that was real. You got 1 out of 2. Okay, you got 1
out of 2.
So he did stump you. Still, he still did stump you.
I got the team too.
You got the team, but we're not giving half points, bro.
Yeah, well,
I got the team and the player.
We're not playing horseshoes.
Yeah, this ain't horseshoes or hand grenades, bro. Okay.
Yeah, it is because Chris is giving us fake stats, though.
No, not fake stats. It was a real stat.
You gave me a fake stat.
You mad, bro?
That's man. You bringing up old stuff now, bro. He gave you 2 real ones, okay?
And then I got 3/4 of it right.
But you didn't get it right.
Well, 3/4, bro.
That's like saying when you touch the rim, that's saying you can dunk.
Yeah, bro.
All right, let's switch gears and just checking. Yep, Cal Raleigh is still leading the Major League of Baseball in home runs by 5. He has a clean 50, which your boy saw live and in person. Little technical difficulties on the zoom in, zoom out on the video, but was happy to see it there on Bark at the Park. Take your dog to T-Mobile Park night. Kyle Schwarber.
Was Frankie out there, bro?
No, I brought my girl. I brought her dog. We brought her dog. She bought the tickets.
Okay.
I'll send you guys a picture. Finley, little golden dog, golden doodle.
Okay.
Hey, did you hear what he said? My girl. We ain't even discussed. Got a name, or he already put her on the podcast.
I told you guys.
I mean, yeah, a girl that he's hanging out with. You know what I'm saying? Don't blow up his spot like that, JD. Come on.
Don't blow up the spot.
He didn't blow up no spot, but we're talking. People on the pod don't care. They care. They're here for the sports. They're here for JD getting stumped.
Yeah.
They're here for the watermelon seed takes. Shohei Ohtani also has 45. Aaron Judge, despite his awesome batting average, is down at 41. But since we last spoke, Cal Raleigh has now set the record for the most home runs ever by a catcher in a single season, which you got to give it to the dude. He signed a big extension in March. But if you look at his season stats, last year, I think he was in the 20s or 30s with home runs. Before that, it was in the teens. Each 20. Year, he has had a huge jump ever since coming.
And it's too hard to do steroids now. So, like, I mean, that's, you know, it's just clean. It's all natural, bro.
It's just a big
He's
dumper,
the second Mariner to hit 50 home runs. A-Rod never did it.
A-Rod was too young.
Jay
Buhner was too old. But so right now he's on pace as of today to hit 61.
And he's a switch hitter. He's hit 20 and 30 from each side of the plate.
That's
never
impressive.
Been done before, besides Mickey Mantle.
I've only seen him bat right-handed. That's a stump to Chris. But so Aaron Judge set the record for home runs in the American League of 62 in just 3 years ago in 2022. So he is in striking distance of that. What I don't like, though, I don't know how I feel. If he's gonna pass Griffey, he needs to break the AL record because Griffey's the GOAT, man. He is our, you know, he's the MJ of baseball for us. You had King Griffey,
right.
The Nintendo game,
you
know, the swing,
Nintendo game, so fun.
The tennis shoes,
the shoes, the hat backwards. Like, he was a trendsetter. Yeah, he was the Michigan basketball. He was the Michael Jordan. Yeah, he had the swag, and for as much as I'm a homer for the Caucasian brother. You can't discount. You can't. Though
he only needs 6 more because King Griffey hit 56.
He hit 56, so he needs 7 more.
But Griffey being the dude he is, he'll be the first one to give him props when it happens, or if it happens.
He'll be there with his camera taking photos.
Yep.
What's funny, I spent like one day, I got a chance to kind of hang around Griffey. He did this thing with T-Mobile, and I was taking photos behind the scenes, just following him around. And he is just this casual dad now that, like, the way he talks about his playing career is he kind of sounds like he would fit in with us on the pod. You know, he doesn't brag too much, but when he wants to make a point, he'll bring up some old shit, you know? Talk shit about the Gen Z and all that stuff. But
the only part that sucks about him is he didn't win a World Series or have his moment in the World Series. He only played in the AL. He only played in the ALCS that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Against the Indians, and he didn't have great success, even though he's known for, making that run around the bases in the Kingdom and A-Rod, in 95.
If A-Rod would have stuck around another 5 years, I think it would have been a different story. But we just had him too young.
Team, come on. I mean, A-Rod, and then they would have had Ichiro and Randy Johnson, but they let all these players leave.
Well, I mean, all those players got paid.
Yeah.
I mean, A-Rod signed the biggest contract in history.
But the thing with A-Rod leaving is that he didn't ask for that money from Texas. They offered it to him, and you'd be a fool. Okay, I'm just saying.
That was by far the biggest contract in history. Like,
how
nowadays,
much was
it's like
$200 million.
But at the time, it was astronomical. Now every contract is the biggest contract ever. But this one was like set the bar for a few years.
It did. All
right, wrapping up the show, we got 2 closing topics. The new iPhone 17 is coming out. Supposed to be the thinnest iPhone ever. Credit card thin? I don't know. A new modem chip. There's no Plus version this year. So, Gitano, I'm sorry. You're going to have to have a smaller screen.
Really? I haven't seen that tech report come out yet. We're iPhone gang.
Oh yeah, stay on it, bro. Apple fam. Aluminum iPhone 17 Pro. So, but everyone uses a case anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Pro Motion display for all models, which is concerning about the battery life because you got to charge that thing all the time anyway. Pro Motion takes up it heats up your phone as it is, and it just takes up so much space. So I think that might be strategic to up people's iCloud subscriptions, their iCloud storage.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because you know what, I hear you talking about the thinnest phone ever, and whoop and all these iPhones. Man, I want the thickest phone ever, bro. Like I want a battery. I want a battery. I want a battery that's gonna last me 4 days, and I don't even gotta think about it, bro. Give me a damn brick, bro. I don't give a damn, bro. Make my phone weigh 3 pounds, bro. I'll make it work, man. Like I don't like who's asking for these thin ass phones that are just gonna break in your pocket damn near.
Remember when they had that phone that bent? It was like the 7 Plus, and everyone put it in their back pocket.
I do remember that. It was literally bent. But it's when I hear people talk about what's important to them in phones, I never hear someone say, I need a thinner phone. But what I do hear a lot is, man, I wish this phone's battery lasted longer. So I don't think Apple's really listening to consumers, but it's not just them, right? It's it's Samsung, it's some of the other large manufacturers. Thinner is not the way to go.
Yeah, these aren't TVs. These aren't televisions.
Give me a thick ass phone, man. That's my take, Chris.
Yeah, I'm never 5 feet away from a charger. I've just realized that. Every room I'm in, every car I'm in, I go everywhere with my backpack, and I have two of those little snap-on batteries, and then a wall battery. I'm never 5 feet away from a battery because of that reason. The shit just drains.
Yeah. Exactly.
JD, you got to take, man. You're sad about the Plus going away.
Yeah. But I'm strategic, however you say it, about my battery. I have never, you can put where your battery charges to every night. And for the first 8 months, I only had my phone charged to 90%. And now I bumped it up another 5%. And my battery, for being a year old, is still 100% on the battery health of.
I'm checking mine right now that you mentioned it.
This current iPhone is still 100%, but it's a good point. Like, who's asking for thin? Like, yeah, I put this shit in the case, and I have the glass case for the lenses now. Because now that they're so big, and gotta have your glass case for the screen protector. But thinnest phone for what? Who are we what are we trying to prove?
Yeah, I want a chunky, bro.
Focus group.
Yeah, I need a chunky phone, bro.
Who asked for this? I would love to know.
I would love for my keys to be more condensed. Like, put my car key in my phone. That's the one thing. Like, when I think about things in my pocket, my phone is never something that bothers me. It's my keys being in my other pocket.
Right.
And I have that.
My
I have
phone
it condensed
is
as possible.
I can spend 10 grand on my phone in a matter of one click. Beep beep. Done.
Yeah.
There's 10 grand.
But if it's dead, you can't spend nothing. You can't do nothing.
Do shit. So,
okay, I think we're all in agreement here. What are you doing, Apple?
What are they doing?
Yeah, Steve Jobs is rolling over in his grave. Rest in peace, goat. Okay, last thing we got here is our weekly hypothetical. If there was one video game that you could save, but you couldn't play any other video game the rest of your life, this is the only game you could ever play, what would it be and why? Jatana, let's start over there.
I got two, and mine is.
I said one, dog.
You get one, bro. You get one.
Well, I'm giving you two, no matter what. You're gonna have to kill the mic, then, nigga. It's college football 2005 for the nostalgic of just the time and where we were at in college and in life and just hanging out. But the players with the Desmond Howard Heisman edition, run for the Heisman,
return kicker, Desmond Howard.
Yes, just the amount of players that were so fun to play with in that game was a lot of fun. From Matt Leinart, Vince Young,
Darius Zabransky.
Oh,
Marcus
you were nice
Vick.
with Boise, bro.
I was nice with Boise, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of good players. And then coming in second is that 04 Michael Vick Madden, our freshman year in college.
Yo,
bro,
he was a cheat code.
Yeah, unstoppable,
but just playing
bro.
with Minnesota, Randy Moss, Dante Culpepper, Ontario Smith. You know, you had the Chiefs with Trent Green, Priest Holmes, Dante Hall.
Wasn't there a competitor to Madden? It was 2K football. They did football back then, right? Or was it like NFL Blitz or something?
It was. They 2K,
did. But it was on the Dreamcast.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. And
I remember
good,
playing
man.
that a lot more with Randy Moss and Culpepper and Ontario.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was a 2K player for Madden. I didn't play Madden for years until 2K went away. But hey, JD, you brought up the college football, bro. I remember who was Darren McFadden on Arkansas, bro. And you know, and how they didn't have like the Wildcat package in the game, but I would put Darren McFadden as like my backup quarterback. And so you could substitute in your backup, you know. And I remember, bro, Brad used to get so mad at me, Chris, because I would
him and Matt Jones,
bro. But he wouldn't even play Matt Jones.
Yeah, it didn't matter because I had him and Felix. It was McFadden and Felix Jones. Mm-hmm. So running the option with that, and they gave
Peyton Hillis.
No, he went to Arkansas.
No, he went Peyton Hillis.
Oh, we're talking about Arkansas. That's right. We are talking about Arkansas. Yeah, my bad. No, but he wasn't on the depth chart though. I'm just saying. So it was Felix Jones and Darren McFadden, and they gave Darren McFadden an arm, so you could just run out and then just sling a deep pass, and he would connect them. Man, I remember Brad wanted to fight me one time, Chris.
Bro. Brad would put hands on you too, bro, if you were sitting down.
I know.
Hey,
my one game though. And y'all don't even know about this, man. It's probably more nerd stuff, but like
the Mercs?
Hitman World of Assassination, bro. It's actually a newer game, but we're talking about replay value, bro. It's the best game for replay value. So like if I had to pick one, it'd be it. But those Mercs, bro. Thinking of Brad, bro. Brad used to spend hours on those Mercs, dog.
The Mercs, bro. Let's get the Mercs. But you didn't talk. Yeah, you didn't talk about the option attack, bro. Like that, we would play that.
I know.
I didn't even know we played the full games because that's all it was just best 2 out of 3, right? Like play 2 out of 3. Winner stays on the sticks. Loser get back in rotation. And we didn't.
What is the option attack?
It was a mini game in the college football series where it was like, you know, it was basically like an overtime period or something like that. You start on the 25 or like maybe on the 10 even, and it was you just ran option. All you did was just run option, and you could switch up. I think some of the option plays,
and you had 3 possessions each.
Yeah,
and it was who scored the most touchdowns. Yeah, it was a mini game, and it went quick. It was fun.
See, the mini games is in the Madden 04. That was the best. The quarterback challenge, the running back challenge.
We would do some challenges.
Corey Dillon.
Yeah, we would do some of that, but that option. I mean, we would lose nights.
It was a theme at the house. Yeah, we would lose nights. We would skip school because we were too tired to go from being up late, and then just play that all day.
Is this at your apartment, the townhouse, Chris?
No,
it was at the townhouse, and it was at the townhouse too, though, Chris. We got it in the townhouse, and then it carried over to 636 to the house.
Yeah, bro. But
the townhouse was lit, though.
We played the dirt.
The townhouse was lit. I remember the townhouse. We got to live at the townhouse.
We played the Derbs. We got the show or MLB, whatever, and just played home run derby after home. And Jermaine Dye was a problem, bro.
Oh, bro. Nick Swisher was a problem on the Yankees, bro. I used to do work with Nick Swisher, bro.
Oh, man. But the thing is about college football, I don't know when they stopped making it, but I do know
2013 with a Michigan guy on the cover, Robinson, or 2014.
I thought it was earlier than that because Junior, maybe it's that we just didn't buy a newer one, and Junior would go through and make a spreadsheet of every player in the NCAA
That was for basketball, though, bro.
Oh, that was for basketball.
It was.
So Junior would type everyone's name in and create players, like create an entire new roster. He was EA Sports. Like it was.
I did it for 3 years, bro. I did it for 3 years.
That was
College Hoops 2K8, bro. I kept it alive, and it was fire, man.
You could have sold that.
Shout out to College Hoops 2K. I did. People donated to me. I got some donations for it because I posted on like the forum and stuff. So I did get some donations. People bought me some coffee, you know.
Donated coffee. My two video games I would keep because it was revolutionary was Nintendo 64 Mario Super Mario World, because that was the first 3D game, and it was also
it was Mario 64, but
Mario 64, same shit, same goofy ass Italian, and we would just it was like I would play with my brother, and we would just get stuck down there, and all of a sudden the whole day was gone, and you would get stuck. You get stuck on a certain level, go shoot some hoops, come back, and you can pass that level. And it was just the first of its kind, man. It was also we didn't get it. We didn't have a gaming unit. We didn't have a console. We had like NES, not even SNES, and then our parents let us get Nintendo 64, and then like it was on after that. So for nostalgia, that not GoldenEye, it's overrated. I don't know if you guys have played it recently. Super overrated.
It is.
Sonic the Hedgehog is fire too. Don't sleep on Sonic.
Yeah.
And then 2K.
Number 2.
I would say 2K, whatever the current year is when this ban of playing other games goes away, keep that one for life, because it's dope, man. I will play 2K. I like you have to be able to play online, because I like playing against random people, figuring out their play style. Wemby is a problem. Junior, you got to get on it.
I've thought about getting back into 2K. I have, because of Wemby. But
26 comes out.
I like NBA Live, but I like 2K when it was on the Dreamcast, especially 2K the first like 3 years when it was Allen Iverson was on the cover.
No, that was
lit. That was their first one.
George Mirason and the Nets.
I used to go over to
Glenn Rice and my Lakers. Those Blazer teams were stacked.
The Jailblazers. Junior, you know whose house I used to play that at?
Swerves.
Chaz Rock.
Oh, Chaz. I used to play at Swerves' house, bro.
I know, because Chaz was a block away, bro, and we'd go over there, and I'd be like, it'd smell like, Asian food, and his brother would be there chilling, and we would just get it in, man. It was fun. It was in his living room, and it was Dreamcast. Like,
bro, Dreamcast was lit. But JD, you said you liked NBA Live. EA Sports they're relaunching their college basketball game, not next year, but maybe next year. So we'll be able to play like March Madness again in a year or two. So I'm hyped about that.
Yeah, that was fun when Drew Gooden was on the cover.
Drew Gooden,
04. You know what I mean? Like those NCAA games are always fun. Building your
Adam Morrison.
Your team in college. And,
I was a 2K guy, though. I never played those NCAA and March Madness EA games, but I will play this 2K. New one, though.
NBA Live was way better, bro, especially when we were in college. With Jason Kidd and Vince Carter on the cover, bro, and do the dunk contest.
There's a reason why NBA Live no longer exists than 2K does, JD. 2K is... it's clearly the superior product.
Madden is like resting on their laurels. They haven't advanced anything. Like there's so many glitches in the game.
Here's the thing, man. Okay, so Chris, you say that, bro. I was reading all this stuff about Madden 26. People were saying like, all this stuff updating the game this year, and it's actually like worth the upgrade. And then I paid the subscription to just play it because like I'm not going to pay $70 for it. Like so, I paid the 15 or $17 it was to subscribe to EA for a month, and I downloaded and I started playing. I was like, this is the same. All they did was add a long snapper position that they haven't added in forever. So now you can actually have a dedicated long snapper, bro. But I don't see any other differences.
So hard. I miss every extra point. Not every, but like
I went back to classic. I went back to classic kicking, bro. I'm not with that new stuff.
I like it where you could just flick the joystick back and forth.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Yeah,
There's been glitches where like I'll be on defense and playing against offense, right? And my offense is on the field, literally physically on the field. I'll have to upload a screenshot of that because it's like it's a glitch. It was fucked up.
Is it? Can we cross pollinate. You know,
Yeah.
Xbox and PS5 now
Yeah.
we can play each other.
Yeah, you trying
Cross
to get
play.
beat?
I don't
like
have a PS5.
Oh, well, when you get one, let me know when you're trying to get beat at some 2K.
I'll get a PS6 because the PS5s are going to be extinct here in a couple years.
Good
so
luck.
I'll be getting the PS6.
We'll see. I don't know about that.
Hey, my dudes.
They come out every 6-7 years.
Yeah, we're at an hour 35. How the hell we get here, man?
45. You jinxed it, man.
Bro, damn.
Be good. This is gonna be a bitch to upload, but yeah, we might get it up here about this week. Have a good week, my dudes.
All right,
Go Ducks.
Let's go,
All right,
Ducks.
Peace. Yeah, man.